Welcome to Mexico Unexplained, where we will explore the magic, the mysteries, and the miracles of Mexico. This series presents information based partly on theory and conjecture. The podcaster's purpose is to suggest some possible explanation, but not necessarily the only ones to the subjects we will examine. Here is your host, Robert Bitto.
Welcome and muy bienvenidos to episode number 404 of Mexico Unexplained, where we examine the magic, the mysteries, and the miracles of Mexico. I'm your host, Robert Bitto. Located in the Yucatan Peninsula, Ek Balam, meaning Black Jaguar or Jaguar Star in Yucatec Maya, was a significant northern Maya kingdom, known historically as Talol, during its peak from 770 to 840 AD. The ruined city is situated about 12 miles north of Valladolid and 27 miles northeast of Chichen Itza, making it a key player in the northern Yucatan's Maya landscape. The site's origins trace back to the Middle Pre-Classic period, approximately 700 to 300 BC, with continuous occupation extending through the Late Classic period, reaching its zenith between 770 and 840 AD. During this period, Ek Balam supported an estimated population of between 10,000 and 20,000 individuals, comprising farmers, craftsmen, priests, and, of course, the typical members of the Maya royal elite class. The name Ek Balam, derived from Yucatec Maya, refers to the jaguar, a culturally significant animal in Maya mythology, symbolizing power, night vision, and rulership, particularly in relation to the underworld Xibalba. The site's physical layout covers nearly 5 square miles, with a central sacred area of about a third of a square mile encircled by massive defensive walls up to 3 meters thick. These walls, coated in stucco and painted with vibrant colors during their heyday, served both defensive and decorative purposes, reflecting the architectural sophistication and artistic priorities of the Maya at Ek Balam. The historical trajectory of Ek Balam spans from the pre-classic to the post-classic periods, with evidence of occupation persisting into the early Spanish colonial era, as documented in 16th century reports of European priests and traders who ventured into this part of the Yucatan. These early records mention the Talol kingdom, founded by a figure named Ek Balam, or Koch Kal Balam from the east, though the historical accuracy of this narrative remains debated. Archaeological evidence, particularly pottery from the late Yomkab complex, underscores Ek Balam's prominence in the northern Yucatan during the late Classic, with its cultural and economic influence extending to neighboring sites such as Coba and Izamal. The site's architecture aligns with the northern Petén style, characterized by tall stepped pyramids, sakbes or sacred roads radiating in the 4 cardinal directions, and cosmological alignments tied to Maya astronomical practices. These features demonstrate the site's integration into the broader Maya cosmological framework, emphasizing its role as a center of religious and political authority. Ek Balam's rediscovery occurred in the late 19th century when French archaeologist Désiré Charnay identified the site, but systematic archaeological investigations did not commence until the late 1980s. At that time, American archaeologists Bill Ringel and George Bay III initiated mapping efforts, followed by extensive excavations by Mexican scholars from Mexico's National Institute of Anthropology and History. The Mexican team's work revealed a complex urban center with significant architectural and artistic features. Among the most prominent structures is the Acropolis, also known as El Torre or the Tower, which stands 93 feet high and ranks among the tallest Maya buildings in northern Yucatan. The Acropolis functioned as both a royal palace and a tomb complex, containing over 70 rooms, though only half have been excavated to date. It houses the burial of Yucatan Lek Tok, a ruler who governed from 770 to 797 or 802 AD. His name, translating to Father of the Four Flint Fronts, suggests a military or priestly role, possibly indicating his status as a warrior king. The tomb, located on the fourth level of the Acropolis, features a remarkable stucco facade depicting a monstrous open jaw with prominent fangs, flanked by winged statues identified as unique angels in Maya iconography. These figures wear elaborate costumes including hair braids, loincloths, and skull-adorned belts, and were preserved under stone fill from building collapse, protecting them from environmental degradation. This facade exemplifies advanced artistic techniques and reflects Maya beliefs about the afterlife and the underworld, where jaguars held symbolic importance. Excavations within Yucatan Lek Tok's tomb uncovered over 7,000 artifacts, including ceramic vessels, shell ornaments, and jewelry, which provide insight into Maya mortuary practices and their beliefs about the afterlife. These offerings suggest that the tomb was designed to equip the ruler for the journey to Xibalba, the Maya underworld, where jaguars were seen as guardians and symbols of power. The Acropolis also contains significant wall paintings, such as the Mural of the 96 Glyphs, which demonstrate calligraphic complexity comparable to the inscriptions at Palenque, and another mural depicting a hunted deer, potentially referencing Maya origin myths related to the origin of death. These artworks, combined with the late Yom Kab pottery found throughout the site, highlight Ek Balam's artistic peak during the late Classic period, positioning it as a cultural center within the northern Maya region. Other notable structures at Ek Balam include the entrance arch, a four-legged ceremonial gateway positioned over a sacred road or sakbe, likely used for ritual purposes, the oval palace, characterized by its rare rounded base and associated with burials and cosmological ceremonies, structure 17, known as the Twins, featuring two mirrored temples on a platform, and a ball court completed in 841 AD, as noted in a dedication inscription on site. This ball court, where the Maya played the Mesoamerican standard ritual game involving a rubber ball and stone hoops, underscores the site's connection to cosmic balance and elite status, as the game held deep religious and political significance. The decline of Ek Balam began in the post-Classic period, with its population decreasing to approximately 10% of its peak by the early 11th century. Several hypotheses account for this decline, including external invasion by the Itza people, environmental factors such as prolonged drought, or internal political and economic collapse. The presence of defensive walls suggests the site faced severe and perhaps prolonged external threats, but the nature of its abandonment varies across structures, with some left intact, others looted or burned, indicating a complex and potentially rapid end. By the time the Spanish arrived in the 16th century, Ek Balam was largely abandoned and left to squatters, though it was mentioned in colonial records as part of the Talol Kingdom. Archaeological evidence, such as burned layers and abandoned buildings, supports theories of both sudden disruption and gradual depopulation, though no single explanation has been conclusively established. Today, only the central civic ceremonial core of Ek Balam has been excavated, leaving 90% of the city under dense jungle vegetation, potentially concealing additional architectural and artifactual remains. Although mostly unexcavated, the site is accessible to the public, open daily from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and can be reached via a 1 to 2.5 hour drive from Valladolid, Cancun, or Tulum. Entry fees are modest, but external food and drink are prohibited, with local vendors providing refreshments nearby. Visitors can climb El Torre, unlike many other Maya sites where climbing is restricted, offering panoramic views of the surrounding jungle and distant archaeological centers such as Koba. The site's proximity to Cenote Xcanxe, located 2 kilometers away, provides an additional recreational opportunity for visitors. Recent archaeological discoveries, such as a painted vault lid unearthed in 2023 in the Acropolis's East Plaza, continue to enhance modern scholars' understanding of Ek Balam. This lid, featuring a red U-shaped cave symbol and a serpent descending into the underworld, includes hieroglyphic inscriptions naming rulers and recording construction dates, linking directly to Yucatan Lake Tok and his successors. These findings reinforce connections to Maya cosmological beliefs and elite practices during the late Classic period, offering new insights into the site's political and religious life. The Jaguar, central to Ek Balam's name and identity, holds profound symbolic meaning in Maya culture, representing power, night vision, and rulership, particularly in association with Xibalba. Priests known as Balam conducted major ceremonial activities, and rulers claimed descent from jaguars, as evidenced by carvings, offerings, and iconographic representations, including depictions of eagles and wolves alongside jaguars. This iconography reflects Ek Balam's integration into broader Maya mythological and political systems. Ongoing archaeological research, often influenced by the Maya train infrastructure project in Yucatan, continues to uncover new artifacts and inscriptions, further revealing Ek Balam's essential role within northern Maya society. The site remains a critical subject of study, with its unexcavated areas promising further discoveries that could elucidate its historical, architectural, and cultural significance. Ek Balam's archaeological importance lies in its well-preserved structures, extensive artifact assemblage, and distinctive iconography, offering a comparative perspective on northern Maya urbanism and societal decline. Its relative obscurity compared to more prominent sites like Chichen Itza or Tulum underscores its potential for future research, as the majority of its 5 square miles remains unexplored. The site's 45 mapped structures encompassing platforms, palaces, and ceremonial spaces provide a detailed record of Maya architectural and artistic traditions, while its historical development, from pre-classic origins to post-classic decline, illustrates the complexities of Maya societal evolution. The most intriguing part of Ek Balam may yet reveal itself as further funding allows archaeologists to peel back the jungle to expose more hidden secrets. Thank you once again for listening to another episode of Mexico Unexplained. Remember to like and subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on X and TikTok. Tell your friends by sharing these shows with others. Please go to our website, MexicoUnexplained.com, for references, illustrations, and for free access to transcripts of past shows. Please visit Amazon.com to purchase the books Mexico Unexplained, Mexican Monsters, and Mexican Miracles to get hard copies of the magic, the mysteries, and the miracles of Mexico. We appreciate your kind attention once again. Until next time, thank you and gracias.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Mexico Unexplained with host Robert Bitto. For show summary, relevant links and commentary, please check out our website at mexicounexplained.com. Like us on Facebook and be a part of the conversation. Adios and hasta la vista.